Welcome back to the morning show. It's Wednesday, and of course that means it's Wise Guy Wednesday. And today, with an electrifying display, Matt Sellens is joining us with some neat-looking stuff.
And Matt, Robert made the point before when we were discussing a rocket-powered car that would be powered by a rocket. But we're using electricity to make motors go, and that could be used to make other things go besides rocket-propelled.
And actually, now that I think of it, we had a rocket-powered car with you on it once.
That's what I was referring to.
And that worked pretty good.
But this is pretty neat. So you can use this electricity, and eventually we've generated it. Now we have to figure out how to put it into use.
Right. So if we just do this one more time really quickly here, if I turn this generator, what's happening is I'm moving magnets near coils of wire.
Okay.
Okay, and that's inducing currents in those coils of wire, which are inducing magnetic fields in those, and it sort of opposes the motion of this crank, in a sense. And so what's happening here is that the work I'm doing in turning this is turning into something turning, like this propeller or something lighting up like this light bulb. And if you were to look very carefully at the way the motor works, it would look exactly, or very, very similar actually, to the generator.
Okay.
A motor is just a generator kind of running backwards, in a sense. So with a generator, you're putting work in, you're getting electricity out. With a motor, you're putting electricity out and getting and you're getting work out. Okay, and so that's how this thing works. You power up these coils, you get magnetic fields in the coils, and then you have this permanent magnet that pushes against that magnetic field, and when you crank on this thing, the thing turns around. Okay, so that's alternating current. Now, what I have over here is a little gadget that we made, and this is something that you could make at home. This consists of a battery, which provides direct current, and we'll talk a little more about that in weeks to come, I think. And I have some magnets that we got at the store. They're just cheap little magnets. And we got some magnet wire. And you can get this stuff at Radio Shack. All it is very fine copper wire that has some insulation on it.
Okay.
And if you can coil it up like this without it shorting out. So the loops of this the metal aren't touching each other, so that you can get a current flowing from here to here by going through all those loops, so you can get a magnetic field produced.
The more loops you have, the better the current?
That's right. That's right. So in fact, if you can take a wire and wrap it around a nail and hook it to a battery, you can make a little magnet out of that, and you can pick up paper clips. Same idea here. We basically hook a battery to this side and this side of this little coil that makes a current flow through this coil. And so what happens is, just try to move that with your finger. You'll see that it wants to line up only one way, because there's a current that's flowing through this coil right now. It's making this coil into a little magnet, which points this way. The magnet that's underneath it is pointing the other way, and so north attracts south, and so it doesn't want to turn at all. Now, you can do this very cleverly. Here I have another coil of wire with two little legs on it. And here what we did is we scraped off the insulation, not on the entire leg, but only on the top half of the leg. So in this case, when the thing is face down like this, you have current flowing, and it's a magnet. That current is going to want to flip the thing over like this, and it's going to go the other way, and then it's going to basically, when it's like this, the current is gone. It keeps on rotating. When it's like this, it gets a push from the magnet. When it's like this, it keeps on rotating, and I think I just realized why it wasn't working a second ago. Okay, and so when I hook this thing up now, I'm hoping we can get this thing to actually rotate and behave like a little motor. Now, famous last words. I need to flip.
Can you come to my house the next time the power goes out?
Here we go.
There it goes.
See that? Look at her go. And so this is it's just a little D-sized battery, some wire we got at the store, and some paper clips and some thumbtacks. And so you can make your very own little motor this way. I'll put a recipe on how to do this on the Wise Guy website.
Wow.
So you can see this for yourself.
Very cool.
And so what I want to do next week, I want to take the camera into the lab, and I want to explain why we have high-tension wires. In fact, that's a question I want to ask people to ask for next time, or answer for next time, is how come you have these big high-voltage things to get electricity from one place to another? Why is it better to have hundreds of thousands of volts going from here to there than just 120 volts, which is what we actually want in our house?
I'm out.
Nice. All right, Matt Sellens, thank you very much.
Okay.
To learn more about Matt's experiments, you can go to, what's the website?
wiseguy.net.
Okay, and you can email him as well, questions for the Wise Guy, wiseguy@uiuc.edu, or you can go through our website too, wcia.com.